Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
This is the Iron Sheik. You listen to the Mayhem Show. Iran, #1. Russia, #1. USA, top.
Wrestling Mayhem
Show.com.
It's the best day of the week. Today is the day that you have chosen to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. This is DJLunchbox, putting it the fuck down for you. Let's fucking do this. Monday night, you know it must be raw. Leaders being a whore and not wearing a bra. Seen his damn belt still spinning around his waist. I can shit better rhymes on what comes out of his face. Tuesday night and it's EC Dub. Michael Q Knoxville join the club. If you're sick of the shit, scream out boo boo. This ain't EC Dub and we can tell that too. Wednesday night, ROH on DVD. The best wrestling on the planet to the nth degree. Joe Damon's delirious, Daniel City, Kim McCarthy, Homicide, the Rottweilers, and Kenta Kobashi. Thursday night, TNA on Spike. Bruce's spoken, so that means I'm puking blood tonight. Shut up and show me the damn X division and get SoCal balance in my line of vision. Friday night SmackDown, this is all life. Kicking back, watching wrestling every night. Kennedy, Boogeyman, Helms, Hardy, Guerrero, London, Kendrick, and stealing the show. RWF Scion in the weekly features. You're a student, we are the teachers. Shout outs to Jimbo's crew and to the D's, putting it down for Vimmer with the greatest of ease.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem Show 228, where, according to Johnny Gargano, today's a free-balling kind of day, and from separate locations, hopefully respectively free-balling, is WrestleFan. How you doing?
Oh, I'm so doing that.
Okay, and a turtle. Hello, Turtle.
Oh, a turtle. I left the turtle up. Turtle is not angry. He's disappointed.
Is it Steve the turtle?
He's disappointed. There he is. LB, how you doing today?
Hey, that looks like the turtle.
Great. My bullets are floating free in an anti-gravity chamber, and I'm doing well.
Fantastic. And then also we got a very special return today that's been hinted somewhat on the Twitters. We have a Missy.
Woot! I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
There's a
I'm
cat.
ready.
There's
cats in the background.
Fantastic.
It's a good night. It's a free ballin' kind of day.
That's right.
I always want to sing free fallin', but say free ballin' whenever time I read that. It works.
There you go. And of course, intern Missy is right there. You can see her arm.
Sweet.
Missy arm.
I have a friend tonight.
Yes. Hello, Samson. That's Killer Brock Samson. There you go. Well, anyways, what a great start. Oh God. Bear with us. We are experimenting with some new configurations tonight.
Wait, we're experimenting, and you get the two Missies down here.
Oh, we're experimenting
what
tonight.
What are we experimenting with,
Whoa.
Sorg?
Oh.
I was not warned about this. Doc Remedy might not approve.
Doc Remedy would only not approve because he's not here.
Exactly.
Anywho, of course, if you stumbled upon us, you can check us out, WrestlingMayhemShow.com, where all this information is. You can hit us up, good times, at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
What was that email address?
Really?
What was that email address?
Good times.
At WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Or check us out, or drop us a line, 412-206-WMS0. Put it in your phone for when you're drunk on Saturday night, or at a wrestling show, also drunk. Or
at a wrestling show looking at Sorg's ass.
Whoa. Yeah, that too. That happened. And other interesting situations you might find. Oh, if you have Jim Cornette to tell us to F off. You can also hit us up on Twitter at Mayhem Show for all the updates and questions and conversation from there. And you can find us from there and everything. All of our individual Twitterists. Check out stories that we talk about on the show, delicious.com/wrestlingmayhem. Please comment on our iTunes. We have Mayhemware over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. We have the iPhone app. If you got one of these guys, for $1.99 over at the iTunes store, where there's a lot of random stuff. There's still a cat in that shot.
That's what she said.
Oh, it's gone now. It's gone now.
The cat is over here.
For now.
And other than that, oh god, let's just get the show going. It's falling apart already. And also we're also looking for new co-hosts. This week we got the Mayhem Missy returned. We've had Riz and Hot Wheels in recent weeks, and we're always looking for people. So if you are familiar with the Skypes, have headphones and all that stuff, please hit us up. We can see if we can experiment and have some fans on the show, get some new blood around here.
Yes, hosts.
Yes.
So when you do come on, make sure you have some movie or some venture that you're going into that you want to promote.
That's also a good thing. If with Carol Brady, if you want to come on the show, that would be grand.
Carol Brady.
What? What was that?
Interesting.
I'm not sure what that was, to be honest. But yeah, or if you're infatuated with Carol Brady, just stay tuned. As you can see, Mad Mike has not joined us this week. He is some Yankees.
Dead.
Yankees? Is that basketball?
I think it's
Dead.
soccer.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
dead.
He died.
It's
Just like the
lacrosse.
Yankees.
He's dead. He's
dead.
dead to all of us.
Yeah, I'm on the Yankees
Well, I don't think it's fair to say
I'm
he's
not
dead
baseball
to all of us.
because I'm a 95-year-old man.
Right. But anyway, he's not dead to all of us because he's the only freaking person who sent us an email.
We
That's
warned
right.
you guys on Twitter.
The only person. Everyone else, like, oh, I don't feel like talking to Mayhem Missy, so, I'm not going to write in this week.
So he basically gave us the equivalent of every word he would speak on the show for the hour and a half in email form. So, and since we got nothing else, we're doing it. Let's see where this goes. I'll go ahead and start off, and I think we're going to take some
Popcorn.
some rest breaks and like some popcorn.
Play
All
popcorn,
right.
Sorg.
And what else would
Here's
be
my
called
Junior Mints.
Mad Mike Mail Fuck TNA Edition? Because what else would he be angry about? Okay, no cute little rhymes this time. This is Mad Mike venting time.
He's serious, guys.
That's serious.
Wait, is that venting or venti?
Venti? Is it large
Venti?
coffee time?
Venti?
The title of this email may be a bit misleading as I enjoyed some parts of TNA, but since I will not be live on the show this week, I am going to give the state of TNA in Mad Mike's eyes right now. The good Douglas Williams. I love his gimmick a lot. Trying to ground the X Division is a great angle, and his mic work is quite good. Just because he has an accent that turns you on, Mad Mike.
Whoa.
The beautiful struggle. The tension between the beautiful people was great. It's been slow building for a while, and has finally come to a head. And I enjoyed that Angelina was there to just laugh at the group and got rid of her implode. Yeah, interesting deal there, I guess. Kurt Angle still gives incredible matches every time he comes out, and the idea of working his way back to the top is a great story. Jay Lethal, probably the best built character in TNA thus far, and his ring work is still very stellar. The Motor City Machine Guns versus Beer Money Best of 5. I am very happy about this, personally. Kind of weird that it's gimmick matches, but yeah, I think it kind of works for these guys.
Yep.
That was me, not my mic.
They gotta change it up each,
Yeah.
so it's not the same match all the time.
I don't think you can pull off the best of 5 with the tag teams like this. Hey, there's a question. Who do you think that you could pull off a best of 5 or a best of 7 series with? Like, because I remember they did it with. Didn't they try to do it again with Booker T and somebody?
Yeah, they did it twice. They did it with Booker and Benoit.
Yeah.
And they did another one with Booker and Cena.
Booker and Cena, really?
Yeah. Well, that was before John Cena had the title, I think.
Okay, but I feel like they tried doing it again too, but it really didn't come off as good as like the old Benoit Booker thing, I thought.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, there's really not much, and I got Seidel stars. Son of a bitch. Anyways,
There's nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing wrong with that.
The Motor City. These 4 guys work incredibly well in the ring, and this helps blind a lot of folks from the fact that the rest of TNA's once vaunted tag team division has imploded on itself. This is the implosion email, apparently. Magnus, he was very good on commentary during the non-title match, and I hope he continues this gimmick. Yeah, we'll see. Who wants to take the bat?
The bad.
There we go.
Samoa Joe. I'm going to ignore that they still never explained why he was abducted, but the fact that they are booking him so piss poor is inexcusable. This is kind of awkward for me to read because I have no idea what's going on in TNA.
Oh, that's fine.
I think that actually
Fortune.
is better.
Samoa Joe was
Maybe we should have had you do
abducted
the
by a-
confusing.
I'm confused no matter what, so this is good.
I thought that was my thing is confusing. But anyway.
AJ Styles as a heel is pretty much over if he isn't in the World Championship scene. And Kaz isn't strong enough to be Ric Flair's second. If you ask me, Lethal should be the first member of Fortune, and Flair should kick Styles and Kaz to the curb.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense though, since they won on the pay-per-view.
Totally. I knew that.
Yeah. just nod and agree with me, Missy.
Wrestle fans, right.
The world is coming to an end.
Also bad, the ranking system. The idea itself
Really?
is a good one, but the rationale behind it is awful. Samoa Joe lost at the pay-per-view to AJ Styles, yet in the ranking he is above Styles. Lethal beat Ric Flair clean in the ring, and Anderson, Hardy, and Abyss all lost their title match, yet Lethal is still low on the totem pole. I don't get it. Kurt Angle.
Can I just say real quick in defense of
Go
that?
for it.
I think the reason they can have Joe higher than AJ is from the fact that Joe didn't get the pin at the pay-per-view. It was
Okay.
Rob Terry that got pinned. And, you know, Anderson, Hardy, and Abyss, you know, you know they're going to be, you know, some...
Okay.
Okay, also bad, Kurt Angle. Kurt fighting his way back to the top, but them reminding us that if Kurt loses, he will retire is not.
That's weird. It's like a Kurt, yeah, it's like the old Ric Flair kind of run.
Yeah.
From a while back. So.
Mike goes on to say, we all know Kurt isn't leaving anytime soon, so it spoils the match before.
Well, I wouldn't agree with that completely because, you know, Kurt's time is coming where he's going to have to, you know,
His
make a
body's just gonna
decision
give
whether
out.
to stay in the ring or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I heard talk this weekend, people saying that he wants to come back to WWE.
Really?
Yeah.
That rumor was around a little while back.
You know, that he's starting to talk highly of them again, and that he might be trying to get his way back in there.
Doesn't he? He's kind of had this kind of like back and forth before, because anything he says one way or another gets flip flopped 3 months later. You know,
Mhm.
it kind of really depends. But I can't see. I thought he's had a pretty good deal with TNA. Of course, you know, I guess he'd get more money with WWE in the long run.
Of course.
Or he maybe wants to repair. You know, if you go with what a lot of people believe in, repair what he's done with TNA by coming back. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But he's been real big on the WWE made me retire, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. He
kind of
talked
stuff.
so much crap about him when he left.
Yeah.
And the physical state he's in now. Obviously he can still wrestle and all that, but obviously the reason one of the main reasons I think he went to TNA was because the schedule was a lot lighter than what WWE gives, you know, the wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Like, that's why, like, a lot of guys that are older, like Kevin Nash and Hogan, I don't even know, does Hogan wrestle?
He doesn't wrestle. He comes in and punches people every once in a while.
Okay.
Sorry.
But, you know, that they can wrestle in TNA, you know, but they would never be able to keep up with WWE's schedule.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even if you were like, I think Bret Hart had trouble keeping up with the schedule, just the road schedule, even though he wasn't doing anything physical. Which, you know, to be honest, that's tough for, you know, I don't want to be like, oh, poor Bret, but I mean, the guy has had 2 strokes.
Yeah.
Just step back. The man has had 2 strokes.
Yeah, he's
he
not
is
young
tougher than
either.
you, motherfucker. Okay. Anyways, where were we?
We have one more bad.
Okay.
The production. Now
What?
listen, I'm not a video guru by any stretch of the imagination, but if Abyss breaks his little toy in the first segment of the match, he shouldn't be carrying it around for the rest of the night, especially when everyone focuses on it.
When did he break it?
He broke it when he was beating that huge piece of meat in the ring. That's what she said.
Oh, that's the part where the Spike player failed on me and I couldn't get the video for the rest of that segment.
Like he was just smashing that nailed spike thing into that piece of meat and like it broke like
No
the
matter how you
actual
say it.
board broke. I can't say this without it sounding sexual.
Go for it. Just in that case, just go over the top with it.
Yeah, and basically it broke in half, but then they come back to a backstage segment and, you know, it's perfectly fine. Which you used to smash a watermelon, because apparently Abyss is Gallagher.
And I was eating the watermelon off of it.
So, little toy, like we're not
Watermelon's
talking
just-
about a choo-choo train or something. It's some kind of weapon.
No,
Yeah.
no, he has a 2x4 that's covered in nails.
Okay.
Mhm.
Nice.
You know, the hard way. So,
Right.
who wants the
Still
confusing?
sounds sexual.
Who wants the
Who
confusing?
wants to confuse us?
take the
I'll take
confusing.
the. Or you want to take it?
I'll take the confusing because who more is confused by wrestling than I?
The one off camera is going to take the confusing.
Yes,
Because that
works
will
perfectly.
confuse our viewers.
Exactly, that is confusing. Don't switch. Don't
make it
don't.
confusing.
I was confusing the listeners and the viewers.
There we go.
Anyway, Mad Mike feels that the confusing part of TNA is Kevin Nash and Sting. For a company that repeats history so much, they sure want to avoid it as far as these men and Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff are concerned. TNA management. Still too many cooks in the broth, in my opinion. Dixie Carter did not need to make an on-air character, and it seems like Hogan and Bischoff are constantly asking each other if they have authority. And doesn't Jarrett still own the company?
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah,
a valid
Dixie Carter talking about how she didn't want to be on TV and stuff like that, and then now she's pretty much, going to be the one that's running Impact and being on TV every week from the way it seems.
Is that a little bit of orbing there, WrestleFan? Is that?
It's a little bit, but I'm not giving too much away.
So I mean, she's well, we saw this last week her step up saying she invited ECW guys. So I guess that kind of her role as an authority figure, which really just anybody who shows up just becomes the authority figure at this point.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know how I can make a whole lot of sense of about that, because how the hell does she even know what ECW is?
Well, since she runs a wrestling company, I would hope she
runs
knows
it.
the
Yeah,
business, runs the wrestling company. I mean, she's a smart businesswoman. I'm sure she's done her research, even if it has been watching the WWE ECW. Come on. But yeah, I mean, she's surrounded by people that know what they're doing. So she's been educated, whether it be Hogan, Bischoff, Russo, Jarrett, whoever else has been involved with her. To be honest, I mean, either way, they know about it, and it's legit. So you really can't kind of crap on that too much there. So carry on.
Oh, carry on.
That's you.
That would be more confusing stuff. Tara. First off, I understand why she would come to distract Madison. Madison retired her. But it turns out Tara came out to attack Angelina and rode off into the sunset with the woman who retired her, huh?
I'm glad we have lesbian lovers on this show now.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah, Madison Rain's totally going lesbo.
Nice. And Mad Mike wraps up his list with Team 3D. On Sunday, Bubba was the heel. On Thursday, Devon was the heel. Both these guys are in ECW, so does that mean Bubba is a face now?
Now, wait a minute, because we haven't really established that ECW are faces or heels, because they're kind of attacking everybody. So I don't think we can really qualify that too much.
Yeah, and if you want to fix the whole fact of Bubba Ray being a heel, just get rid of Bubba Ray Dudley.
just in general.
That would make TNA
he wants to become
so
an agent
much better.
anyways, from what I understand, so why not, right?
No, I guess that'd be his way out.
So.
And finally, gimmick matches. Do we really need this many? This week alone on Impact, we had an I Quit match, a triple threat match, a ladder match, and a street fight.
To be followed by a tag team street fight next week.
Nice. I can see if you want to announce these things beforehand and hype them up a week, but just making them for almost no reason makes no sense.
I think TNA's obviously running with a new rule book here.
Wait, they have a rule book?
As far as wrestling booking goes. So I
can understand that whole point.
They've
you
become
have these
that
kind of
show.
matches, you might want to build, put some build into it, or at least tell your fans they're going to happen. So
but now they
you can get more
become.
rating.
Well, I think both companies can be kind of accused of making gimmick matches a commodity,
Yeah.
Because when we have a pay-per-view a month, or a gimmick a month pay-per-view, what does that do as far as WWE's thing? And then TNA is just pushing it even further, just making it an everyday thing on TV. And then why you're going to buy the pay-per-view to see the gimmicks for the other guys? So.
Mm-hmm. But in its defense, all of those matches on Impact were actually pretty good.
Yeah. I think even like you said, hey, there was this, and this gimmick match. It was pretty good, and I'm like, isn't that the stuff that the detractors usually complain about. And you were right; they were all really good matches. Nothing was too ridiculous and over the top. There were gimmick matches pretty much for a reason, you know. And you know, I want to see how this best of 5 goes. And it'd be interesting how many gimmicks that they're going to pull out for this thing, you know. But those are the guys that can pull it off. So, who wants the next section?
I'll take the next one. The TNA. Mike Tenay. Mr. Tenay, as far as I know, your ass isn't glued to that chair. If you are so curious as to why the ECW team is here, go ask them and stop asking Taz. That's what Heenan or Ventura would have done. I've had problems with Mike Tenay ever since TNA began.
TNA Tenay. TNA Tenay. There's a difference.
Yeah. Absolutely. Chelsea, why are you still coming to the ring with Desmond? Didn't you dump him? Seriously. Yeah, I think this whole Chelsea thing's going nowhere.
Yeah, I think both her and Desmond are kind of in a storyline purgatory right now.
Yeah. Rob Terry, the longest reigning global champion, vomits. Which, honestly, I honestly think people give too much shit to Rob Terry.
You know what? He's impressively jacked, but he can wrestle for his size.
Yeah,
you know?
And actually, doing a little research, little did I know this about Rob Terry. Before coming to TNA, he actually had a developmental contract with WWE.
Not that that's a surprise. What makes you wonder why he's not around?
Those are the guys they like.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I kind of worry that the guy's going to die of a heart attack due to potential steroid abuse from the look of him, at least.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, like I say, the guy's a decent wrestler for his size, and he's come a long way as far as that goes. So.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Anderson. I wish TNA would stop questioning him. Anderson is actually doing a good job at his role, but the reactions of everyone else in the company about him just bother me. I don't know too much about that. Show titles. Arg. Why even try and give someone the illusion that these shows are live or that you at least don't know what's going to happen? And actually, I hate the show titles, but I think it's more of a thing with Spike TV, because I actually went to their website, and since they have you can watch all the impacts on their website. They include the show titles with, you know, each episode. So maybe it's more of a Spike TV
well,
thing.
you know, I think it's a play. Obviously, we've seen these kind of higher produced, different kind of filmed background promos and everything, which I've been enjoying. It's something different, and it brings a new angle on wrestling. I think we should get over the fact that this is anything more than a pre-scripted, prefab television program. You know, regardless if it's a physical sport or anything like that.
No, it does kind of annoy me that TNA spoiled the ending to Impact on their website.
Yeah, that's what WWE's done the same thing. Hey, go tune in and watch Edge win the championship randomly. You know? I mean, this is it's not just them. It's a wrestling standard trying to get, you know, find a way to get people to tune in, even if it is spoiling what's going to happen. You know, it's like, we know it's predetermined, and now they're sharing it with us. So.
Yeah. And finally, ECW. There have been rumors about this for months upon months. They have plenty of former talent. They're still trying to get Heyman. They won't, by the way. They brought back Foley. Oh, no. They were grooming Abyss. And after all that, we get a Raw that you couldn't tell what was going on. TNA officials actually turning on their own company. And then you get Dixie Carter saying that she invited them. Wow. Just wow. Can we just let ECW rest in peace? I mean, seriously. I don't any misspelled peace, actually. I don't begrudge these men getting work, but do we have to go back to the same exact thing that has tried to be done many, many times before? These men are just getting older, and the beatings they dish out look less and less effective, especially when they were encouraged to do so by Dixie Carter.
TNA. Listen here, TNA. You better be doing something pretty fucking fantastic with these ECW guys. I mean, we don't need another one-night stand, which is a horrible
Which apparently
name.
is what we're getting, according to the name change for the pay-per-view.
Oh.
What was it? Hardcore Justice.
Right.
What was that, LB?
I think
the first one was all right. The first one-night stand.
The second one wasn't half bad.
Yeah, the subsequent ones.
The WWE versus ECW wasn't half bad when they did it the second time. When it just became the Extreme pay-per-view, it didn't work out too well. But what we can't do is, again, are they even allowed to say ECW like they've been doing? Because to a certain point, it becomes...
I guess they've been saying it on TV.
They've been saying it on TV.
What I know.
It's like, oh, it's the old ECW guys. Of course, people are going to chant it. You're not going to get past that. But to a certain point, I think you're going to find WWE is going to be sending a cease and desist, to be honest, if they haven't already. Because they're labeling these guys as former ECW, which I think is, for what they're doing, I think that might be a gray area. You know? It's one thing acknowledging it. It's another thing kind of putting them over as such. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't use it in the promos. That'll be a huge mistake on their part. But we got a little bit in conclusion. I want to say that Impact was full of solid matches, but I can't hit the right toggle when I'm looking at the other screen. There we go. But like the movie industry, you can have the greatest actors in the world, but if the script says glitter on it, not even Meryl effing Streep can make it. Can make it Oscar worthy.
I laughed when I read that.
Dixie, the speech you gave to the wrestlers to tighten up their ring work, you might want to give a much better pep talk to your writers, because their pay-per-views are selling less and less, and that's not a sign you need more talent. It's a sign you need better direction. Oh yeah, I've totally banged all your mothers, especially Wrestle fans. White Alchemist ending transition. So there you go.
He just sends those out of nowhere.
Yep. Well, that's his Twitter feed these days. So, all right, nothing snuck in there. Well, I guess, there's a... Dude, I still found TNA enjoyable. I agree that big schmoz at the end was chaotic. I don't know if Al Snow knew what side he was on. Maybe he forgot what year it was.
Yeah, that was the thing, because, Al Snow's beating him up, and then Dixie Carter announces that she's the one that brought him in, and for some reason Al Snow looks shocked.
Yeah. But, I think people forgot who the shirts and the skins were, on that one. So, it'll be interesting. I haven't read the spoilers. Again, TNA's really got to do something different with this, other than here's these guys, it's hardcore. The Dixie.
From the way it's looking, they're just pretty much ripping off WWE's.
Paul Heyman show up.
Because apparently, how they renamed the pay-per-view "Hardcore Justice: One Last Stand." Like seriously, TNA, you can't get something with something a little bit original.
This is me getting sick. Up here in the throat is vomit. Okay, that's I haven't been this disappointed in TNA for a couple months.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, I found the best way to not be disappointed with TNA
is not
to watch it. I've been disappointed with them in like a year. So
they
don't bother me at all.
I'm sorry, it's genuinely entertaining to me. It's good wrestling. It's fun. It's not WWE. I still think it's quite watchable.
Yeah.
So
except when we read all the dirt sheets and say
don't read it. Stop it.
Bringing in this guy and this guy and this guy. I'm like, just use what you have, okay? You already have an overloaded roster. Just use what you have and stop trying to what was it? Lunchbox said before, they're like a child with ADHD. They just see something and they want to use it.
What this and now this over here and
Yeah, I agree with you. There's not even like a screening process when WWE guys come out. They're just there. You're 90 days up? Come on over. You're a big surprise that's going to change the industry for us. They're
what are we going to do with you? We have no freaking clue.
Want a title? How about a hood? It works for me, So. I don't know. On that note, I don't. Let's talk about some people that are doing some cool things that haven't made it to TV, unfortunately. WrestleFan, what's going on in the indie world right now?
Well, if you are a fan of indie wrestling,
there's a lot of shit going on this weekend.
There's a big week for you.
If you're in the Northeast, you're probably within 100 miles of good wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, for those in the New Jersey area, Evolve is having their next show on the 23rd, which I believe is a Friday, in Union City, New Jersey, at the Ace Arena. Bell time 8 p.m. Looks like a really stacked card. The main event, Bobby Fish going one-on-one with American Dragon Bryan Danielson in Bryan Danielson's tour pretty much ever since coming back from WWE.
Who has a shitload more dates on his website, I've noticed.
Oh, yeah. Definitely keep up with that.
All over.
A lot of good matches on this card. Jimmy Jacobs versus Chuck Taylor. Cheech and Cloudy against the Osirian Portal. Johnny Gargano from the Shoals Wrestling. A lot of other great,
himself, Johnny Gargano.
Gargano. What did I say?
Yeah, I said the free baller himself.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. That was. Oh, by the way, I didn't explain that at all. That was from his Twitter today. He was on a pretty good roll today, so I thought I'd stick that in the show notes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, a lot of great talent. Go check that out. EvolveWrestling.com. Then the next night, July 24th, in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area, Dragon Gate USA is having their first anniversary celebration. Their pay-per-view taping for Enter the Dragon 2010 from the arena in South Philadelphia, 8 p.m. bell time. Once again, Bryan Danielson appearing to take on one of the Dragon Gate's main guys, Shingo, as well as there's a Chikara versus Kamikaze USA elimination match. BB Hulk defends the Open the Freedom Gate title against Masaki Moshitsugu, I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Sure.
And then a lot of great other talent to be appearing on that card. Go to DragonGateUSA.com for more, DGUSA.tv for more information. And then if you're going to that show in Philadelphia, you definitely have to stay the next night for Chikara Pro Wrestling's Chikara Stardust Rex King of Show, once again from the ECW Arena. Which will feature the stars from Chikara as well as the stars of Dragon Gate USA. Very, very, very stacked card. This from the way it's looking, looks like one of the better shows that Chikara is going to put on this year.
A lot of tag matches. Lots of tag matches.
Yeah, definitely. Eddie Kingston will be teaming with new TNA star Tommy Dreamer to take on Claudio and Aries of the BDK. There's a series of Dragon Gate USA versus Chikara 6-man tag matches.
Yeah.
Sarah Del Rey and Daisy Hayes are taking on Raisha Saeed and Amazing Kong. A lot of great stuff. You can order your advance tickets on their website, ChikaraPro.com. They're only $25. You can also get the tickets at the door for $30. Bell time 4 o'clock. ECW Arena in South Philadelphia, July 25th. For more information, go to ChikaraPro.com. And if you are not in the Philadelphia or New Jersey area for that weekend, there is also Ring of Honor is having 3 shows this weekend. July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th in Louisville, Kentucky, Collinsville, Illinois, and Chicago, Illinois. A lot of great talent on that card. Obviously, all the ROH talent, including Awesome Kong, will be making a return to Ring of Honor, as well as the Young Bucks, or better known for TNA fans as Generation Me, will be making their return to Ring of Honor on these 3 events. For more information on that, go check out ROHWrestling.com. And I noticed from our notes that we also, for those in the Pittsburgh area, IWC Cage Fury is also something to look into coming up for IWC Wrestling. A lot of big matches on their card, including their War Games match. Jimmy DeMarco, Larry Sweeney, and apparently also IWC owner Chuck Roberts will be taking on the team of John Bolin, Bubba the Bulldog, and also Fabulous John McChesney. And then also inside the steel cage, Shima Zion and Super Hentai, as well as just announced Eric Lee Schwab going one-on-one in the cage against his former partner Justin Idol. For more information on that, check out IWCWrestling.com.
There you go. I got a little bit out. Well, not that one yet. There was some interesting stuff. Cheerleader Melissa, Alyssa Flash. Wait, that's still not right, is it? Yeah, Alyssa Flash. I got it right.
Yeah.
She won the RCW championship, I believe in Texas, and was featured previously on the local news, the first ever female heavyweight champion. But she's been stripped of it because it went over the 15-minute time limit before she won. So, kind of interesting news for those wondering what happened to Alyssa Flash / Raisa Saeed, who's showing up on Chikara / cheerleader Melissa. So she's got about as many identities as Mick Foley, I see. Other than
hopefully she's not in Wrestlicious too.
So did you read anything more into that? Her being stripped? Like, is that... was the company doing that as part of a storyline, or do you think that it's like
I'm assuming from what I read that it's pretty much storyline.
Okay. I didn't read the whole thing. I saw the headline and I was like, is this legit? Is this company gonna say, oh, we messed up? Or like, I don't know. I didn't know if maybe the company got mad at her for something. Or...
Companies take positions that they messed up?
No. So,
no, this isn't Apple.
It's probably storyline.
This isn't Apple. This is she actually has a video response over on divadirt.com that people can check out. So it's interesting. I've never heard of RCW. I think it's Rampage Championship Wrestling, perhaps. So I don't know. Keep an ear out for that. Maybe there's something pretty cool down there. There's one other bit of indie news. Of course, the Missies are here. And
That's right.
and they
are we gonna do indie wrestlers?
We're gonna. Well, I don't know. Are you
live on the show?
That depends on where this discussion goes.
Those are really nice star earrings that you have.
Well,
I totally do.
As I adjust this,
it was an accident. Sorry, I swear. I swear.
So you guys attended Clearfield Cataclysm 3 with me this weekend. Or not this past week. That's 2 weeks ago.
2 weekends ago.
What week is it? But there was somebody that caught your attention, and I thought we would talk star tattoos.
Did we talk star tattoos at all last week?
No, we didn't.
No?
Well,
Really
we did a little. We mentioned it, but
okay.
not to the
Not
excitement
to the
you will.
yeah. You need to bring up the picture, Sorg.
Okay. We discovered the star tattoos when Evan Bourne's brother, Mike Seidel, debuted at IWC that weekend, Clearfield Cataclysm. So, when we first saw him in the building, there was a little bit of discussion amongst the women at the DVD table before we really saw him. We're like, oh, I wonder if he's going to be cute, because, like, Matt Seidel's pretty cute. So, he comes in, he has his, like, curly hair and everything, and this little flannel shirt on. And, okay, we were interested. So then, he fights, and we're like, okay, now we're interested for sure. Then it just got better in intermission. He decided to set up his autograph table right next to us sitting at the DVD table. And, it was a third party, not one of us Missies, that happened to capture the picture that, you are seeing.
There it is.
Okay,
You're
now
right.
you're seeing
it.
It wasn't even me. No, everyone's trying to blame me for it.
No,
it wasn't even me.
Honestly, this was not her picture.
This was a third Missy.
This was a third. Yes. We had a table full.
That's gonna that narrows it down.
There was 3 Missies sitting at the DVD table.
It was a good night to buy DVDs.
It was.
Wrestling Missy show.
We did sell a lot of DVDs that night.
Yes. So we discovered the star tattoos on the back. They matched the tights. What's not to like? He was bending over to sign autographs. We had, like, the best seat in the house for intermission. We couldn't see the whole match. We couldn't see the whole ring. Could not even see the whole ring from where we were sitting. But at intermission, we had, like, the best seats in the house.
Wow.
And now this will probably get out and get around, and, like, everyone will start telling Mike Seidel that, that we were talking about him.
and then Mike said I was gonna follow his training order against us.
He'll be back.
We did find more pictures. Actually, WrestleFan found these.
WrestleFan found these pictures.
They were putting some effort into finding those.
Say what you will, there's another angle on it, but it is amazing. And I think Larry Sweeney was on commentary that he has tattoos that match his tights.
That was
on
cool.
here.
That was
That's dedication.
That's an attention grabber.
He loves the stars. I've never understood the star tattoo per se. But that's dedication right there. So I'm thinking if I get a star around my nipple,
Well,
okay,
and it leads down somewhere. I'm assuming is a very
there you go.
interesting place.
Let's just stop, WrestleFan. You're too young. Wow. Okay.
What about one around the belly button?
No, we already know that.
Do the Batista?
Who am I, Batista?
No.
Come on.
No, I just realized if Sorg does that,
You have
he'll just turn to Kamala.
nose or wear sunglasses indoors like Batista, but you know,
Wait, doesn't Remedy do that?
he doesn't have his nose pierced yet.
Yet. I think the operative word.
Yeah. Is that going to go with his Triple H?
The Sheamus beard.
The Sheamus beard. I did call him out on that.
Yeah.
But the old
No,
Triple H
Sheamus
wife
does his
beater
hair.
beard from before.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I made him shave that off.
I want to know how Shane
Nice.
hair.
Thank you. Has he heard about the challenge we were trying to set up for him
I don't
from
think
last
so.
week's show? The Doc Remedy versus the 8 midgets.
What?
The
Yes.
8 midget?
8 midgets, because apparently we can rent from 6 to 8 midgets with this fed.
Wait.
It's true.
You have to listen to last week's show. I don't
I
remember the
did not get to
website off the
listen to
top
it.
of my head. Let me see. MC, it was like Micro Wrestling Federation or something like that. Hulk Hogan promotes it, apparently. He's on the video for it, accosting a midget. Let's see if we can find that real quick. That's right. He's doing really weird things to a midget. That's all I know. Micro Championship Wrestling at mcwusa.us. Do we need to go over this again?
I will have to fill him in. As far as I know, he didn't say anything to me about hearing
Let's
the
see.
show.
This
or
is
hearing
what you
about
get
this.
when you book with MCW. You get a 12 by 12 foot official MCW ring, complete with setup and breakdown. 4 matches, including a feature match. 6 to 8 wrestlers, MCW superstars. Let's see, officially sanctioned referee, feature match, 2 full quote size superstar pro wrestling guest stars, which can include. Oh, we didn't read this far down. We can get Pat Tatanka or Johnny Attitude. Where's that altitude?
Pro wrestling superstars.
There you
Wow.
A virtual all-star team of professional midget wrestlers.
There you go.
Yeah, so I suggest we rent them, all 8 of them, and then we dress them up as members of the Mayhem show.
That'd be awesome. There's got to be a Pittsburgh localized version of this somewhere, right? I mean, come on. I mean, there it is, and there's the Hulk Hogan
There's the Pittsburgh Wrestling
video from
Federation.
before I was mentioning.
Pittsburgh
There he is. There's Hulk Hogan right there on your screens, loving the midgets.
Yeah.
And then
loving the midgets.
What?
Never mind. There's Bubba the Love Sponge in the background. I'm gonna puke.
Is there? Oh, yeah. There you go. So there's your indie minute.
You can really just.
Okay, why is Hogan holding one of the midget's heads near its crotch? Near his crotch.
That's what I meant by accosting.
Yeah.
So, on that note, LB, please play us out with some grand music, all right?
Well,
So lay us out, Mr. Lunchbox.
Sir, for you, I have procured only the finest in electro nonsense, and it's pretty spectacular, I'll be honest. If you want to hear more of what I'm listening to, go and check out last.fm/user/DJLunchbox/library, and you can see what I am pumping in my speakers. But tonight, we have Matthew Deere. The song is Neighborhoods from Asa, Black Breed, Black Edition, whatever that means, off of Ghostly International. Matthew Deere, Neighborhoods, Wrestling Mayhem Show. Dig it.
When circles are caught in love. silence. With no solution for an end. I've got to be the one to be with you. I can open doors I will never lose. I've got to be the one to be with you. I can open doors I will never lose.
Hey, I'm Hutch Jr. from Berg's Eye View. My show's at www.bergseyeview.com. You're listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show, and if you're checking it live, that makes it Tuesday night. Coming to you straight out of Beachview from the International Studio, a broadcasting powerhouse in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Sorgatron, DJLunchbox, Doc Remedy, Mayhem Missy, and some considerable influence from 161st Street. Mad Mike brings it from the Bronx. The outstanding Wrestling Mayhem crew chronicles everything wrestling and sometimes even goes off topic. Check them out on Tuesdays, 8 o'clock at www.wrestlingmayhemshow.com. You can get in on the live chat and all that. Okay, they're going to chop me. See ya. Chachi, don't you chop me. You're going to be mayor one day.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one, the only.
It's the men of the Wrestling Mayhem Show at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
We're back, Wrestling Mayhem Show 228. Hope you enjoyed that wonderful, sweet styling pick from the DJ Lunchbox. But before we get back into the wrestling news and everything, and the Money in the Bank pay-per-view,
which I saw.
Yeah.
Which we saw.
I did. I saw it too.
Good.
This works out well.
This is good timing. This is good timing. We want you to check out our sponsor, Sponsible Audible podcast. Yeah. audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media, where you can get one free audiobook, cancel anytime, thousands to choose from. They have iPhone apps, they have Android apps, they have Blackberries. You have no excuse if you live in this decade to check it out. Again, it's a 14-day free trial and no risk to you. You can check it out and check out all the cool features at Audible, including member discounts and everything, and some freebies in there too. Of course, we like to give a little bit of a pick. This is something on my wish list I have not started yet, but I am a huge fan of Dexter over on Showtime. We've been addicted to the show, and I've been interested to check out, and I want to recommend to you, because I hear good things about this one, Darkly Dreaming Dexter, which is the series has been based off of this, and I believe there's 2 or 3 of these books, but this is the first one that started it all. So if you want to see where it came from and see how interesting, I understand there's a few differences made for television, of course, you know, who knows, but go check that out. Darkly Dreaming Dexter. I'm sorry. audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. You can pick that or any other book going on there. Because we hate words on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Oops.
Some of us can't read yet.
Some of us can't read yet. We're working on this.
That's
so,
what they listen to.
anyways, Money in the Bank was this weekend.
Money in the Bank.
Sean, I want you Jack.
I didn't know the next lyric. So I'm glad you jumped in there.
Good. So what'd you guys think of that?
It was pretty decent.
decent.
Yay, Kane.
Yay, Kane.
Tommy Kane is not a 24-hour champion.
It can't be, since the show's not on until Friday, so hopefully he doesn't become a 7-day champion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was a bit of a surprise. I can't lie there.
Yeah, that was...
For a match that's often the one that makes stars, Kane
Stars?
is... Not those stars.
Oh, okay. Continue.
Not those kind of stars.
She like perked up when she saw that too. Or when she
Like
heard
stars?
that.
Stars?
Stars?
What are the stars?
Anyways. But yeah, Kane, a former WWE champion, of course, about 12 years ago. Well, I'm glad that somebody did the same night deal that we've wanted for every WrestleMania since this thing has started.
Oh, yeah.
But of course they're not going to do that at WrestleMania. They're not going to do a Hulk Hogan Yokozuna thing like that, So
Nice.
yeah, throw in the Roman WrestleMania references. Toga party, world's biggest toga party. Remember that stuff?
Yeah.
But what did you think? I personally thought maybe the first one might have been the better of the two.
Yeah, definitely. I think the SmackDown. Maybe it's just because they had a lot more interesting spots.
What? When they first pulled out that giant ladder, I thought it was going to be pretty bad, especially when Big Show couldn't get it in the ring.
Yeah, it took Big Show longer to get that ladder in the ring than it took Jack Swagger to pull down the briefcase last time.
That was...
Right.
There was a little while there where I was like, okay, he's supposed to, they're saying how heavy it is and stuff, and then there's a moment where I was like, is he really having trouble? Like, is he really not going to be able to pull this into the ring?
That really put over how heavy it was, at
yes,
least.
it did.
But you knew, as soon as they said, it's like, oh, this could... Wait, how heavy is that? This could fit everybody else in this match on the ladder. You knew they were going to try it.
Made it more interesting.
You knew it was going to happen. So...
Yeah, because you knew as soon as Big Show set it in the center, nobody was going to move it.
Yeah. It became... I think I referred to it as the jungle gym of pain. For the rest of the match. And they did really interesting things with it. It was a really cool new dynamic to it. I was like, let's just have a giant effing ladder.
And I love how the way they took... I wanted to wonder how they were going to take Big Show out of the match. And that was probably the most inventive way to do it. Just pile ladders on top of him.
This was the best Money in the Bank with big guys. Kane and Big Show were big threats. Everybody was after them.
Yeah.
And it didn't slow the match down at any point, except for when Big Show had trouble getting the ladder into the ring.
Big ladder.
I mean, I think intern Missy here can probably vouch. I was saying it's 25 minutes in. This match is still going and is still awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Raw Money in the Bank was pretty good. Like I said, I think it's just from the fact that they didn't have a lot of spots, maybe.
But still, there's a lot of inventive stuff going on there. You have to give
it
wasn't a bad match.
Ladder.
It was just the lesser of the two.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I mean, when you had the caliber of guys in there, I mean, you had your Chris Jericho, you had Miz, who's been awesome, Morrison, let's say Orton already. I mean, it was a bunch of guys that a lot of them have been in these matches. There was a lot of younger guys in the first one, plus the big guys that usually don't get booked in that kind of thing. So there was a lot of good heads to be guys that wouldn't normally be in this match because they'd be booked on WrestleMania.
Right.
Let's be honest. And I thought that brought the match up to a new level, other than than being more than just the new stars to kind of see what they can do.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, the end was actually kind of surprising for me. Because of all the people actually in that Raw Money in the Bank, I was surprised they gave it to The Miz. Not that I don't like The Miz, because I think what they're doing with him is great. But it was kind of surprising. Because apparently now it's almost guaranteed that Miz will be a world champion the next year.
Almost. Although it was brought up, maybe he'll be the first that they don't give the championship. Although, I thought
Which is what I was thinking last night. When he tried to cash in on Sheamus.
But he did
he's going to cash in and he's not going to freaking win it.
What Jack Swagger did.
He did what Jack Swagger did, exactly. So, but I think there is the stipulation, this is for the Raw. They've actually split the two.
Right.
So he won't be showing up on SmackDown trying to do it. So I'm glad that, I think it's kind of better that they made the distinction that way. So
Though that would be hilarious if he did cash in on SmackDown. Kane only holds the belt for 5 days.
maybe this is Kane. Kane seems to be he's kind of to that retirement age. Maybe this is the last hurrah for him.
Yeah.
You know, that last title reign.
I could see that.
You know, I mean, I know he looks like he's in phenomenal shape for his age and size and everything. But he's been going pretty nonstop for a good 12 or so years in WWE. He's one of those few guys that have been there
like still
for
there
that long, you know.
Even like Mark Henry would probably be one of the other ones that has been there long, but he disappeared for a few years.
He disappeared for a while, and I don't think he's been used, you know, not quite as often as high profile stuff.
Yep.
So. Other than that, we had 2 women's matches,
which were pretty decent,
and they were there
for women's matches.
Yeah, those were kind of the times
Yay, we get 2 piss breaks.
Scheduled. Got it. See what else? I don't remember what other matches there were. There are 2 title matches. Actually, 3 title matches. Of course, we had Mysterio retain just to lose it to Kane. I didn't think he was going to have it for a long time there. You know, I mean, it seemed like this is some stuff that got mixed up because of the Taker going out. With an injury,
and they didn't really know what to do with it. So
exactly, and wasn't Mysterio kind of on his way out with an injury too again?
I think so, yeah.
So it was kind of like, okay, you know, let's go somewhere with this now. Hopefully the Kane thing. Maybe we'll see Kane CM Punk for the title after he gets fixed. Ooh, there's a lot of injuries on SmackDown.
Yeah, there is, and not a lot of guys to help. You know,
it's elevated Kane, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Good thing Big Show's
so now, if Mysterio's injured, that leaves Kane, Swagger, Big Show. And that's about it for the main event.
And they're not going to get any help because SmackDown's on, like, its dying legs until they get moved over to Sci-Fi, to be honest. So, there you go. And, of course, we had our cage match between Cena and Sheamus. And the entire Nexus.
The Nexus, of course.
They can't get involved. Yes, they will.
So but they locked the door.
They locked the door.
In the cage match. They weren't using it like they normally do.
But the deal's always been, I love the cat's right there.
Right? Yeah.
Just looking at us. Well, they locked the door. Usually the deal is you call for the cage door.
Right.
They have to unlock it and open it.
Okay, yeah.
Like
true.
that's the deal. They're locked in there unless you signal for the door.
Well, they do chain lock it sometimes, I think.
They do, I think, yeah.
They did that with the one cage match where Mark Henry tried to interview her and it took him 12 minutes to open the door.
You gotta tighten up your door ripping capabilities because you're on a tape show. Come on.
World's strongest man, my ass.
Like the time they had him tip that car over and you pretty much could guess by the camera angle that he wasn't the only one tipping it over.
Exactly.
Poor Mark Henry.
But anyways, I did like the referee tossing the key. That was pretty cool. Although not that we know his name, this mysterious official. The official did a good job. Oh, it wasn't Mike. Did Mike Chioda save somebody on Monday night as well?
I don't know.
As far as the Nexus goes, I don't know.
I can't remember anymore.
Did they stop saying their names on TV?
They did. That was one of the things.
Yeah.
There's the no-named referees and the WWE Universe kind of all went in one swoop there.
Yeah.
After some of the referees were getting fired and stuff, and then they were like, "We don't really want you to know who these guys are."
Was that related?
So you don't miss them. It was around the time, wasn't it, that they fired one or two of them?
When they got rid of the Hebners?
No, after that, like when they got rid of
They got rid of. Was it when they got rid of that ECW ref?
No, that was more recent. That was more recent.
Yeah,
they haven't. They
killed himself.
What's
tried
that?
to kill himself.
When Tim
White.
No, after Tim White.
Yeah, well.
They got rid of Bob Armstrong, right?
Yeah, that was in this last round of firings.
I think it was around that time. Yeah.
Which one's Bob Armstrong?
It's been longer than that because Armstrong got let go. I thought this year, wasn't it?
I don't know.
But
there's some referees that I don't make it a point to know their names anyway. So
you got to know. Come on, the
besides the Hebners
and Chioda. Mike Chioda's
Which
a
one?
shit.
See, which
Yeah.
one's Kyoto?
The one that's been there forever.
And the only other one I know is what's his name?
Kyoto wears like
The one that teamed with Ric Flair in WCW.
Little Nate.
Little Nate, yeah. Charles Robinson.
Yes.
Charles Robinson.
We
And then
waved to him after SmackDown one
That's
time
right.
I was there.
Nick
And he
Patrick.
waved back.
Nick Patrick. I don't remember the name of the ref that got mistaken for Kennedy. When everybody was yelling Kennedy at him after... Oh, wait, that was Armstrong, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Was it Armstrong?
Mistaken
I think
for
it was.
Kennedy?
Yeah. Well, we were after SmackDown, and he came out, and everybody started yelling Kennedy.
Oh.
It was when he was injured
Yeah.
one time.
Oh.
And he's like, "Oh, I get
From
it.
the way
all
you
the
know,
shows."
from the way you guys know from my time, the only referee I care about is Nick Papadopoulos.
Nick Papa Giorgio.
I like Lunchbox's better.
Papa, it rolls off the tongue. Papadopoulos.
I love that that's his name.
I mean, oh, come on, you
That
got
he
to
stole his name from a movie.
you got to give it you got to give it up to Bryce Rensburg as well.
Of course.
He gives great hugs.
He does.
Gives great hugs.
Great hugs.
No, of course.
Bryce is.
Go ahead.
What was that, LB?
I just said Bryce. Bryce is a sweetheart. That's all.
He is. We miss him in IWC. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ending to the cage match was pretty good until of course the NXT guys interfere, and the only ones John Cena beat up is the black ones. and the token black one.
Yeah. And he beat up the one already, so that was kind of and even took out the one from West Africa for good measure.
Yeah.
So
South Africa.
No, it's West Africa.
It was South
Is,
Africa.
is there a West Africa?
Ghana, West Africa, I think is the deal.
Is there a West? Serious? You really just asked that question?
What? Right? I know
The
not
West
the,
everything.
I know not the.
I know, but they
know-
don't mention it a lot.
I know not to refer to
No.
Africa like it's a country. So
It's in.
I've learned that.
No, he's from Cape Town, South Africa.
Right.
Oh, it is South Africa. Well, then who's
Yeah.
from? Oh, everybody else was from like
Kofi's from Ghana, West Africa.
Ghana,
Kofi.
West Africa. Like West Africa is that just the region or?
Yeah, I know there's Lunchbox. I know there's a West Africa, but nobody mentions it.
Sequest Africa. I'm learning some
You
geography
mentioned-
right now.
Are you spending a lot of time in Africa nowadays, Wrestle fan?
Wow.
Are you seeing if West Africa's trending on Twitter?
No, well, seriously, a friend at work, we mentioned this on the Awesome Cast. He came back from Cameroon, so I've been learning from Africa. And then I had a very awkward lunch.
He came back from a mini cookie?
No. That's not right at all. No. And then we had the very awkward lunch at Mad Max where very awkward questions were asked about West Africa there, or wherever he was. That's not a cookie. That were.
No, wait, I'm thinking of macaroons, aren't I?
Macaroons.
You're thinking
Cameroon is not the same as macaroon.
Oh boy.
You're thinking of that guy you met who was from Dutch Cocoa?
Who?
Now they're just naming cookies. We're just pretending cookies are places.
Okay.
So, I'm vacationing the chocolate chip next weekend.
That's...
I was gonna go to Fig Newton, but as it turns out, it's fruit and cake.
The cookie's a lie.
LB, why do I have a Lindsay Lohan article in here?
What? Why do you have a Lindsay? What?
There's a Lindsay Lohan article in the Delicious account.
Why
am I looking at Lindsay Lohan
on
the Wrestling Mayhem show?
Click on it. If you look at the expanded view, they're remaking this old, horrible, terrible horror movie called Manos Hands of Fate. Mystery
Jesus.
Science Theater fans will recognize this one. Now, you're thinking, why the fuck are we talking about this on the Wrestling Mayhem show? It will be starring, wait for it, Gene Snitsky.
God damn it, Gene
Fucking
Snitsky.
gross.
Wait, which one? Which movie is it?
Manos Hands
of Fate.
Manos Hands of Fate. I can't figure out.
It's the worst freaking movie you'll ever see in your lifetime. And if you can find it, the Mystery Science Theater version, watch it. It's so weird and so creepy.
And it's starring the worst wrestler of all time, so it fits.
The worst person in the history of people, Gene freaking Snitsky.
Is it co-starred by Sean
Horrifying.
Stasiak?
Ugh. I'd die. I would just die.
No, they just have a random Snitsky promo here.
Snitsky.
Is that you?
Does it make me a bad?
Yeah.
What is
I feel no
happening?
remorse.
LB has figured out how to
Broke
fight music
someone's
and, and stuff.
7 years old.
All right,
I feel
LB, what?
no regret.
Stop with the Gene Snitsky.
It's word. I have to look
you
at
want
it.
to vomit out your eyes, Lunchbox? Really?
That's why I didn't play it.
I can't tell you why.
I'm not gonna look. I have to wait till it's over because I can't look to click it away.
What?
Just hit Control Alt Delete. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and look
The
at the scary
big
hot rod
sweat
fan.
ball of angry meat. Ugh.
All right. In other news, apparently Jarrett is still king of TNA's Mountain.
Yeah, I saw that article on the list and I laughed inside.
Is this the article where he's talking about how things are going to change in TNA? Oh, we're doing that again.
No, it's the he talks about their failed move to Monday nights
Okay.
and how it failed and how they wouldn't be where they're at now if they didn't take that risk and go to what we all went into the Monday night experiment with our eyes wide open, dove in head first. In reality, our viewers only miss 2 Thursday nights. We're on replay every week. We've listened to our focus groups. We've listened to the numbers. Yeah. And we would never have gotten to where we are today had we not tried that experiment. And
So where are they today? What's different now than beforehand?
they're getting 8,000 buys for their pay-per-views. That's what's going on today, I guess.
All right. And of course, Randy Orton was the #1 trending topic on Twitter last night.
Yes.
That was interesting. They said that, they mentioned, sure, those guys have been on there before and stuff, but you didn't kind of feel like that it was that big of a deal. I mean, apparently it was to enough people.
Let me see if this is the same one, but one was talking about there was him. Sheamus was trending.
They said R-Truth.
And R-Truth,
So
of
weird.
all people, were trending. People
Why
are
we talking
digging
about R-Truth?
the R-Truth on
Why?
Twitter, apparently. But, you got to think about the venue that probably helped make 2 Girls, 1 Cup popular. This is a large article that you put in here, LP. I can't find it.
But no. The only part that was important was in the preview. Randy Orton was the #1 trending topic on Twitter, which is remarkable since WWE hasn't been trending anywhere that close since the draft. Nothing else in that article is important.
Okay, well, actually, there was one in another article that says, also, Sheamus and R-Truth were trending topics last night. Sheamus hit the trending charts before Orton, and R-Truth made it onto the charts towards the end of Raw, probably when he came out for the Team Cena deal. So that's interesting. Now we know, WWE.com has been really big on pushing, hey, these are the real Twitter accounts for our wrestlers. So I think there's been a little bit bigger push there, other than just random Twitter mentions throughout, the shows, especially on like NXT and stuff. Also, they've been pushing the social media aside from their own universe all over the place. The YouTube move, which I think I mentioned, if not on this show, the other, watch it there instead of Hulu. It's a lot better of experience. I actually was at work on a 23-inch Apple Cinema display, bumped it up to the 720p full screen. Oh, it looked so much. It's not super awesome, perfect HD like you watch on Monday nights, through your cable provider or whatever. But it's really decent to watch on a lunch break.
This was off of WWE's YouTube account?
WWE's YouTube account. They put everything that's been on Hulu. Their ads aren't very annoying.
Yeah.
TNA's Spike TV's website has a real huge problem with their ads lately. Like, they'll throw 3 at a time, and then it's like, oh, I clicked on the wrong part that I wanted to start at. I have to click on another part. Here's 3 more commercials.
More ads.
Yeah, it's been really rough for them lately. And then, like I mentioned before, I tried watching the Abyss promo at the beginning, and it would just stop. And I can't click on it to go anywhere. I'll reload the page. That section of video, all the way to the rest of the rest of that section to the commercial will just not work. So it's been an ongoing problem with them. It could be because I'm on a Mac or something. I don't know. But well,
it's definitely overdue that they were doing that. That they were jumping on and using YouTube as something you know, that they sponsor rather than just trying to shut down everyone else who's putting stuff up.
But
you know, it's about time that they put up their own official stuff.
And they've had Hulu for a while.
Right. They've been official on there, yeah.
So it's nice that they kind of have an alternative. They're looking for other outlets, you know. I think, have they been on iTunes previously?
I don't know. They're on iTunes now?
I don't know. I know TNA has been.
Oh, okay.
In the past. I know Ring of Honor. I think both Impact and Ring of Honor have been on the Xbox marketplace for a while. Actually, I'll look it up right now on my iPhone and see if maybe WWE has a presence there. But I like to see that they're actually kind of looking forward and using these new technologies instead of trying to build something themselves like they have with the WWE Universe. And I'd be curious to see how successful this the WWE Universe has been. I mean, if we can find some stats or something for that.
Yeah. Well, then we made a Mayhem.
I mean, well, you can
a while
actually.
ago, didn't we?
We do have a Mayhem page. It's kind of fallen by the wayside just because our time, the management. Actually, you look on here. I got it up right here. You can actually buy the Over the Limit pay-per-view, which was what, last month's pay-per-view, was it?
TNA.
Right there.
No,
WWE.
2 months ago.
Oh.
That's the Over the Limit pay-per-view from Detroit, $14.99. Or you can buy individual matches for $1.99 each. So that's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah.
Let's see, TV episodes. What else we got? That's really all that comes up. You can buy the Ricky Steamboat DVD set apparently for $14.99.
That actually looks like a good DVD.
Although it's like an hour 10 minutes, so it's probably just the documentary.
Yes.
Oh, really?
So yeah. Well, $14.99.
Well, I thought they actually had matches with it.
With the DVD, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's see, podcast, subscribe to Wrestling Mayhem Show. Other than that, they got ringtone songs. They, of course, the albums are going to be on there.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm looking at this on the iPhone. It may be more extensive if you looked it up in iTunes. So, but hey, that's one of the things. Yeah. What's next up here?
Interesting story. Apparently, during the production of the SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 game, various indie wrestlers actually helped doing the motion capture.
Some surprising
names. Yeah, including Austin Aries, Claudio Castagnoli, Colt Cabana, Paul London, and Joey Ryan helped do motion capture for that game.
That's a random.
I believe I saw some website where it had the superstars that they were, the movesets at least that they were working out.
And it says here, Lacey and Rain were among the performers who helped with the 2010 version of the game. I don't know if that's Lacey. I don't think that's Lacey Von Erich. I think that's another Lacey.
No, I think they assume the other. I think it's the other Lacey.
Yeah.
So, dropping back from the TNA room.
The one that's not a whore.
Wait, that Lacey. If you're talking about Lacey, like Ring of Honor Lacey.
Yeah.
Shimmer Lacey and stuff. She's a whore.
No, she's not.
Yeah, Jimmy Jacobs was in love with her, and she had an affair.
That doesn't mean she's a whore.
And had an affair with Colt Cabana.
Jimmy Jacobs is out of his mind. Wait, no, she wasn't with Colt Cabana.
Yeah, Jimmy Jacobs caught her and Colt Cabana in the shower.
Jewish meat.
Don't you know your Ring of Honor?
Come on, Wrestle fan.
Come on.
How can you call yourself?
I know she did with Austin Aries. She didn't do it with Colt Cabana.
No, Colt Cabana. When Colt Cabana wrote his, or not Colt Cabana. Jimmy Jacobs wrote his first song. He wrote,
that was before he was.
He wrote
crazy,
Ballad of Lacey, and then after he caught Lacey and Cabana in the shower, he wrote that other song.
I remember that now.
I have them both downloaded. Everybody should.
Are they available on iTunes?
They were on the Ring of Honor message board a long time ago.
Yeah, but she's a fake whore. Lacey Von Erich's a real whore.
Okay, fair enough.
She's legit.
I will put it that way.
She's too legit to quit.
That's right. Oh God. All right. In other news, yay, more TNA. Bill of Fan.
Okay, go for it.
What
I was gonna say Bret Hart got married.
I didn't realize our intern left until just now.
Wow.
She said I smelled and she left.
Oh. She's lonely on the couch now.
So apparently he's getting married on the 24th.
Okay. Well, that's kind of weird.
What?
Wasn't he married already twice?
Missy's like, because he's old.
Yeah, but you know what? That's kind of common for those. How many times has Ric Flair been married?
A lot.
Yeah, oh my God.
Even, you know what shocked me the most? In Stone Cold's book, he mentions, maybe it was Jim Ross himself or something, because Jim Ross and Stone Cold are tight.
Yeah.
They're about boys. Jim Ross getting married. Like, maybe Stone Cold was in one of his weddings, is how it came up. But he's been married, like, a whole bunch of times.
At least 3 that I'm aware of.
Yeah, and like he's always, when King would be like, oh, puppies and stuff, and JR was always, I'm a happily married man, and all this stuff, and you just, knowing JR, you would never think that would be married that many times.
Good impression of Jerry Lawler, Missy.
I'm a happily married man.
Oh, puppies.
By God.
A side note, since I was looking at since we're talking about marriage, former diva Molly Holly's getting married.
I saw the one, like, twit pic of her and the guy. Good for her.
But one of the girls that wasn't a whore.
Yeah, really.
She was pure. She was pure. Speaking of whores, Ric Flair's wife cleared of all charges for allegedly. What?
Did you just call his wife a whore?
I don't know. I'm only presuming
yes,
at this
Missy,
point.
she did. He did.
I don't know what, isn't that what, hey, it's Ric Flair.
Right.
I mean, it's Ric Flair.
Like
she was probably like 24.
Probably.
I mean, it's Ric Flair. I can only guess, but no. Well, Ric Flair's always had his problems with ladies.
Yeah, they all, they've said
he's
when they were the Horsemen and they were saying, we got the ladies and
Mhm.
and the booze and all this, like that they were dead serious.
Yeah.
That wasn't just the gimmick. That's what they were doing.
It's really like, out of all of them, how come these ones have not had problems with their health?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're the ones that can take all of it and be fine.
Right.
They're the guys that eat the red meat their entire lives, don't have a signal problem, and then the guys next to them with health food have a heart attack. So.
Yeah.
Fan jumps rail and enters ring after match at Impact tapings. Wrestle fan.
I swear to God, it wasn't me.
We told you.
You know the rules.
Why did you jump in the ring and raise Mr. Anderson's hand?
I have no idea. Because apparently
everybody thinks that Matt Morgan should have taken you out.
Apparently, I think I'm the referee and I have the right to raise other wrestlers' hands.
You're not allowed in the Impact Zone anymore.
I love the rest of that story where they said, was it Matt Morgan? I can't.
Matt Morgan.
Oh, here we go. Matt Morgan. And so he went ahead and clotheslined Anderson as planned. And the boy got scared and ran away.
He was 13. He was 13. Have you seen Matt Morgan? He's like a foot taller than me.
Right.
I would have ran like a 13-year-old boy if he was coming after me and almost hit me and took out Mr. Anderson. So, yeah. I mean, come on.
It's like the best story. And then it was like, then they found him. And they said, don't come back.
Apparently, there's some heat on the...
They found him curled up in the corner in the fetal position. And they told him he wasn't welcome back. That's what
under the Spider-Man ride.
No, it doesn't really say that. Under the Spider-Man ride.
Under the Spider-Man ride, sucking his thumb.
I just wanted to raise his hand.
Exactly.
Though a real funny side note, I was at... Since this actually has something to do with that.
Since you were at Universal Studios.
You were actually the kid in the ring, yeah.
Yeah, no. I was watching AAA on, I think, Saturday. Because I have a Galavision or whatever.
Yeah, because you're
Mexican.
Mexican.
It was like, I don't know what Mexico has with their security, but like there were like 3 times that fans jumped, like little kids jumped the rail to hug one of the wrestlers when they came out.
You realize it's still real down there, right? To them?
Yeah.
So it's even crazier.
Yeah.
And one of them was wearing a John Cena shirt, so that was super.
Oh, well, then clearly he's not
to
too
Sasquatch. A good thing you didn't say 14, or else that would have been insulting. You've had a beard since you were 5. Leave it alone. See you soon. All
right.
Oh man, we didn't even talk too much about the Miz winning the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, it was
interesting. Semi-expected, I think.
I mean, well, yeah.
It wasn't as surprising as Kane.
I thought there were other people. I was expecting Edge or Orton, but I mean, that's just because,
That was the obvious play.
Right.
Yeah.
And they got their chance the next night.
Yeah.
So, I think it was refreshing. I really hope this doesn't turn into an R-Truth feud because he didn't get the belt. So, and something I brought up on Twitter is like, remember when he was the guy that nobody liked on the show except me?
With Miz or R-Truth?
Miz.
Both.
Miz.
Both.
I've always liked R-Truth. Come on.
What's up?
People like R-Truth?
Oh, come on. The way that guy
What's
dances.
up?
I love the K-Quick days.
Yeah, K-Quick was
You're
awesome.
alone on that
R-Truth
one.
is...
Wait, how did you not like the Get Rowdy days with Road Dogg?
Because I
Get
like
rowdy.
Road Dogg.
Well,
I like
Dogg
Road
was
Dogg
it.
and Jesse
I'm sorry,
J.
man.
I like
heard
Road Dogg and Jeff
Your
Jarrett.
song came on randomly the other day, and I got embarrassed for the world.
The Get Rowdy song? Or the new
Yeah,
one?
when it was Road Dogg and R-Truth and some third person.
Is there a third one?
No.
Yeah, there's another guy for a while.
Was it Men on the Mission Oscar? Whatever his name was?
No. No.
I'm Wikipediaing it.
Wait, Men on a Mission?
Men on a Mission,
That
what?
was Mo and Mabel.
Hey, it's not the first time this month that I've seen a Men on...
Was it Conan?
It wasn't Conan. You're thinking... No, that was Three Live Crew. That was different.
That's what I was thinking of when they were in TNA. That's when I just started watching TNA. And those two idiots were running around like morons.
Yeah, I think you're thinking TNA.
Great.
That's what I just said.
Anyways.
Fozzy is having a foreign tour.
I wish they would have an American tour.
Yeah.
I would go see Fozzy.
Fozzy needs to come to Pittsburgh.
I totally would go see Fozzy.
I'd maybe even go to Cleveland to see Fozzy, to be honest. As long as it wasn't a school night.
You go to school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just asking.
Way to be a dick, Missy.
Just asking.
Yeah, thanks for
we all
right now.
know Sorg hasn't graduated.
Right. He's still stuck in the 8th grade.
Remember the movie Billy Madison?
I love that movie.
Sorg is Billy
It's
Madison.
not great when you live it.
You getting a trust
So
fund,
you have a rich
Sorg?
daddy who paid your way through high school and now you're going through it all again.
It's all that without the rich daddy.
Okay.
Did
Did the bus driver take his shirt off in front of you?
Did your friend steal 30 bag lunches when you went on a field trip?
What? I don't remember that happening in there.
Do you still think it's cool to pee your pants?
I do think it's still cool to pee my pants. That's shoot right there. Every day.
I always say whenever I'm like too hot somewhere, I always say it's too hot for a penguin to be walking around. And most of the times people are like, what? And I'm like, Billy Madison.
I thought it was just cool that the one the chick in that was was her name Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat?
Was it?
What chick?
The teacher chick that.
Oh, the main chick?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the love interest or whatever.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
There you go, WrestleFan stealing the internets. Hey, Johnny Fairplay. Remember that guy? That's
No,
why was
I don't
talking
want
about
to.
The Miz.
Sort of.
He's well, who cares? It's Johnny Fairplay. I'm moving on. He said something about the Miz. We don't
Right.
care. He's not relevant. Let's see. Fozzy's upcoming tour. Chris Jericho clarifies the status of ABC's Downfall game show. He posted a message on his Twitter page saying that only 5 episodes of Downfall will air on ABC. These were pre-taped. It's not pulled off or canceled as of now. I think they just ran through. They simply ran out of contestants after the 5th show and didn't have enough material for a 6th. They're going to film more episodes in the fall. So not getting tossed off the air. So go Chris Jericho for having an alternative job and touring. That guy is busy as hell.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Dreamer suffers an injury. He revealed on his Twitter page this past Monday. He tore his MCL in his knee. He's trying to keep his no surgery streak alive. So
Good luck
he
with
needs
that. Which is interesting because obviously he's got stuff with TNA, but he's also got a show in Chicago this weekend.
That's right. That's right. So
which I don't know how that's gonna work out.
That might be a downplayed kind of match, though.
Yeah.
You know. But he says he needs brace, tape, gum, and peanut butter to keep it together.
So where?
I want to know what the peanut butter's
where
for.
does the peanut butter go?
That's when you're sitting around keeping off your feet to keep yourself entertained with the dog.
Peanut butter.
Okay, so why did you skip the news about Scott Hall?
I was getting.
Are you?
Because no one cares about
That's
Scott
exactly what I
Hall.
was getting at. You
I was
should care
debating it
about
in my
Scott
head.
Hall.
Okay, then what's
I like how I looked at the monitor over there to talk to WrestleFan. He's on a monitor over there, so to talk to him, I looked over there.
Talk to me through the screen.
I yelled at him.
Well, let's go behind the scenes here. There we go. There's a wrestler studio. There's our view right there.
Hi.
So I wanted to direct my voice at WrestleFans, so I looked over at that monitor.
That's fine. Oh, we're going crazy now.
Like he knows what I'm doing.
But speaking of Scott Hall.
Poor Scott Hall has double pneumonia.
I don't mean
I
to
told
laugh.
my mom about this today, and she was so sad because she loved him.
About that this week.
We did talk about the story.
Oh, okay,
the story is that he's still hospitalized.
Okay.
Just an update.
He's finally off all the IVs and oxygen. So
wait, whoa!
He's
Tommy
doing
Dreamer
a little better.
Just came out over the Twitter. Tommy Dreamer obtains medical license from Cracker Jack Box. Plans to fix an injury with gum and peanut butter. Right there on the. So that's why you need to follow at Mayhem Show.
Now I'm hankering for some Cracker Jacks.
Who couldn't? Don't choke on.
But yeah, speaking of Scott Hall, I just found out recently that
box
Scott
of Cracker
Hall...
Jack.
What happened?
You go first, LB.
What the fuck kind of delay is going on? I said that like 10 minutes ago.
About the Cracker Jack?
Oh, it's over my text, so it is a little delayed.
Box of Cracker Jacks.
Oh,
oh really? Look at that.
Where did you dig
He's
that
got
out
Cracker
from?
Jacks. I thought it would be silly to bring my box of gummy lifesavers today, but he's got Cracker Jacks, so clearly I should have brought my candy.
All I got is a sexual damage CD.
Well,
I'm sorry, Sorg.
Sexual damage and Cracker Jacks.
Candy would be a little bit better.
Either way, you should worry if either is getting handed to a kid by a stranger.
Yeah.
Could you picture?
Wait, he handed me a CD though.
He did give you a CD.
He did.
You should have ran.
Oh no. Oh, King Crown.
You should have told him your mother would not approve. Say, WrestleFans' mom would not approve of this explicit CD.
I talk in the third person.
Yeah.
He does now.
All wrestlers do.
That'd be fantastic.
When Matt Hardy came to IWC, like when he was fired and everything with the whole Edge Lita thing.
Yeah, but he is having serious problems then.
And he fought. Well, no, because he's talking about himself in the third person. So he's in the middle of the ring doing his promo before his match.
Yeah.
And everyone's like standing and listening. It's this real big deal. It's Matt Hardy, At the time, he was huge. And so he's like, Matt Hardy didn't come here to talk about Amy Dumas, and Matt Hardy didn't come here for whatever. One of my friends says very loudly, why is he talking about himself in the third person? Everyone in my row just all heads down at him, like, shut up, this is important.
Shut up, it's Matt Hardy.
To be fair, Matt Hardy is still huge now, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Oh, because he drinks too much.
Really? Is that the reason?
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't even...
And the Hedge brothers go into prison.
I stopped paying attention to the Hardy show a long time ago because all it was is, let's see how drunk and how many parties we can have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that before.
So, yeah.
I don't want to see, the Hardys getting drunk and have a party.
That's not what it's supposed to be about.
But speaking of Scott Hall, I just realized that Scott Hall has a YouTube page.
Oh, you haven't seen this yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's basically
and apparently he was posting videos, and this is while he was still employed with TNA.
Yes, I think that's why he isn't.
The best video I've seen is he posted a video outside the Impact Zone, I guess during one of the tapings.
Jeez.
Like, Chris Daniels appears in it, and there's a scene where him and X-Pac are hitting on the beautiful people. And then, and you can tell, like, it was like Angelina and Velvet, and they could just tell, like, you guys are old. They didn't say that, but, that's what it seemed,
Side note, I, through an interesting Twitter, or not a Netflix snafu, I ended up with WEW's Night of Erotic Insanity. I got about halfway through it. It had some early Velvet Sky as Talia Madison, which was not very good at all. Jackie Gaeta couldn't even save a match. And there was neither erotic or insane. From what I saw.
You said, I believe on Facebook, there was one in there named Pussy Willow.
Pussy Willow, yes, part of the PWO, not Pro Wrestling Ohio. So,
I actually remember some of those gimmicks.
She got...
There was a Nurse T and Nurse A.
The nurse, there's the hardcore schoolgirl, which was not hardcore in either way you would hope.
I hated the ring, or not the ring announcer, the commentator for those DVDs.
Commentators are really bad. Yeah, it's at least they don't have like the fat hillbillies in this one, like all those old DVDs, like the volume 1 through 8 that you get in one pack. Don't even bother with those, man. I mean, I actually one of those packs actually has repeat matches through the different volumes. I
think
rough.
the highlight of WEW was when Francine was their commissioner.
I didn't even get to see any of that yet. I was hoping, since this was one of the full releases, there's a few of them now on Netflix. I don't know how the hell they got there, to be honest. But I was hoping, I was like, okay, these are the ones mainly, this is the nudity and stuff and the hardcore stuff that they talked about that they advertise on the site. Not worth it. I saw that, although, side note, Shimmer 1 through 8, I think, are now on Netflix. So
nice.
Those are going on the list. Bumping them up. So I gotta get the bad taste of WEW out of my mouth and psyche. So, any other news?
Apparently they divide up their roster with wrestlers and hoes.
Yes.
Like, the hoes is their own division.
This is different than Technicos and Rudos.
Is that like the hose that King Frown takes to the wrestling
They're
show?
basically the strippers that they hired to get naked in the ring and put in matches.
Okay.
So, yeah. Well, is there anything else real quick that we wanted to say, news-wise, guys?
Yeah, blind referee.
What's this? Well, they also had a cripple match.
According to Wikipedia, it's Stevie Wonderful, and his role is blind referee.
Yeah, don't bother. It's complete. Unless you like that kind of humor, that kind of schlock wrestling, it's rough. It's rough. All right, guys. On that note, let's go around. Let's go to our Skype folks first. LB, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I'm gonna look at the monitor when I listen to them talk.
Okay, you go and do that.
I learned that I hate white people.
Okay.
I actually.
Let's move on.
I couldn't come up with something. That was the first thing.
WrestleFan, what did you learn?
Oh, wait,
Please
no,
don't say anything racist.
I learned that I hate white people.
Wait a minute.
I feel like this is the Booker T calls Hulk Hogan a nigga.
No, it's a ninja.
Because I swear Mean Gene turned to Stevie Ray and said, "Stevie Ray, please say something that isn't the N-word."
Well,
that's not what he said,
Missy
but that's
Davis
what he was thinking.
Doc Remedy's really rubbing off on you, isn't he?
You guys aren't allowed to hang out anymore.
I know.
What did I teach you?
WrestleFan, tell us something that's not racist.
That's not racist. I learned that the whole NXT versus WWE, I guess it's going to be a 7-on-7 tag match at SummerSlam from the way it's looking. Interesting.
I was excited for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
it was like, okay, this kind of, this is nice. And then I see the Great Khali, I'm like, okay.
Bret Hart was a genuine surprise, Yeah. And there's enough guys
For a
around
second,
him.
For a
I'm
second,
not
I
worried.
thought it was Daniel Bryan, and then WWE fucking screwed us again.
Oh, come on. You really? With all those bookings he's got, he's not. Come on.
Yeah, I was like, I was just,
But
I couldn't think of the words. I'm sorry.
What happened?
Train of thought and hit a wall.
You just fucking derailed there. Holy crap. Mayhem, Missy.
Sorgatron.
What'd you learn from wrestling this week?
Don't pass it
I
over.
learned that Kane...
Is it something about white people?
Kane might be relevant. I learned Kane might be relevant for at least, once more in his career.
I thought his big comeback was going to be when he won that ECW championship, but this is bigger than that. Holy crap.
Bigger than that. Let me throw some things from the chat.
Go for it. We don't want to elaborate on Kane?
Oh, he won Money in the Bank.
Okay, fine.
Fine,
good enough. WrestleFan sounded like he fell out of his chair on that one.
Because I read what Hot Wheels learned.
Oh, Hot Wheels learned he hates cripples.
That's really funny. That's too funny.
If you know Hot Wheels,
it's very ironic.
Little bit there. We're gonna move on. Intern Missy learns that she still likes stars.
Okay.
As do I.
Superstar.
Not that kind. Riz learned that TNA makes me not want to travel to Delaware for vacation.
Delaware?
That's not a good thing either.
Makes me want to travel to Delaware for vacation.
Oh, makes me want to travel to Delaware.
You don't really want to go to Delaware because that's where
I
they
don't
have.
think TNA
That's
is
where
worth
they.
going to Delaware.
That's where they tape a lot of WEW shows.
Ooh.
So weigh your options.
So you get STDs just by passing by.
Mm.
We also got Sasquatch saying he learns the show has something against 14-year-olds with a beard, and 12 and 13-year-olds with a beard.
And 13-year-olds with a beard.
And
I thought that was just in general. We have something against 12 and 13-year-olds.
Maybe, or just the numbers. He didn't say year-olds, so maybe we have something against the numbers 12 and 13.
Kind of like how Juggalo Jamie hates the number 5.
Right, and Doc Remney hates odd numbers.
Yeah.
It's a numbers thing. So, Sorgatron, what did you learn this week?
Well, as I twittered, I learned last night, if you run into John Cena in a public restroom, run.
Yeah, what was that about?
It was a commercial for was
is
it a
it
razor?
those Gillette commercials?
Yeah, it was a Gillette commercial, and he
I
just
fucking
apparently
hate those commercials.
ambushes people in the bathroom, flips out, and makes you shave your beard. What's up with that?
Oh,
I want to keep this.
And the guy
Sorry,
was
John
excited.
Cena. I'm running.
Like, sure, man.
Hey, it's John Cena.
who
Get
took
away
the
from
beard
me with
back
that
and
razor.
said, I'll shave my beard.
that's odd.
It was weird.
I noticed it, but I was fast
Give me
forwarding
a
through it. I didn't
beard
bother
hair.
to stop for it.
Beard hair.
Would you run if you John Cena just like
I would
burst
run
out
a
of the
John
stall
Cena
in the
public
bathroom?
anywhere.
Pretty much.
Yes.
I kick him in the nuts and I run away.
Thanks, WrestleFan. Oh man. How do we end the show? What? I don't know
Someone
how to
pop
follow
out of
any
a
of this
closet
up.
and tell Sorg to shave his
Somebody
beard.
just don't say anything racist.
I don't-
If we can finish the show without being racist, that would be great.
That would be fantastic.
Lunchbox. I'm looking at you on the monitor.
Hispanics are lazy.
Oh.
And I can say that.
What?
What can you say?
I think he was saying racist things.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. You're from Texas. And John Cena is worse.
So why are you blaming me?
John Cena is worse than Texas.
Yes, John Cena.
That was my sign of the night last night.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this has been your Wrestling Mayhem show, and I'm sure you have plenty of stuff to say to us. So you can send that to
Good times.
at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
And please do.
Please do, or
Then
else
you're
Mayhem Missy will
racist.
try.
I'm not going to come back.
We'll read 'em on the air.
If we're not going to have anything to read.
That's
I'm
right.
practicing my reading skills. I need emails.
She needs her emails.
You need to learn how to read good.
Right. I need to go to the Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good.
Exactly.
I want
So,
to do other things good.
and who learn to do
Wait,
other
you mean
things good too.
You mean Zoolander?
Derek Zoolander.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, no.
I'm
You
looking
said
at you
zoo.
confused
There,
like
zoo.
on the monitor.
Stop looking at me.
You love that there's a
I
monitor
can see
now.
you both.
Jeez. Fantastic.
Anyway. Not
Is
the
that a
Center for Ants. No. The real one.
Or-
Sorg, send us out.
Or you
Where
can
else can they
send,
find
or
us?
you can call us at 412-206-WMS0.
Put that in your phone.
Put it in your phone.
Talk to us.
Put it in your
Talk to
face.
us with your voice piece. Everything else is at WrestlingMayhemShow.com or Twitter us at Mayhem Show. So you can get a little preview on the Twitter while we're recording the show, what
Ooh.
you're downloading tomorrow.
Sweet.
And of course, please visit our sponsor.
We're on iTunes.
We're on iTunes.
And we love it when you give us iTunes.
We like
comments.
iTunes comments, even
We
the
love it.
negative ones. There's a few on there.
Oh.
Ooh, not so nice. But they're honest, and we want to hear that feedback either
Right.
way. So please,
It's
please.
like we've always said. Send us fan mail. Send us hate mail. You know,
we
just
do,
talk to us.
We like hate mail. Should I read some of the iTunes? No, we're going way too late. Next week, maybe we'll
Save-
do that.
Pull them up for next week.
There you go. Do you have a lesson for us this week?
Do I have a lesson?
On the spot.
I want to learn
On the
something.
spot. Shit. I had a riddle before, but I lost it. I was
Oh.
going to do my own Remmer riddle.
You can just tell them to buy the fitness magazine.
Yes, I learned. Or no, you're supposed to learn. You can learn good things about sculpting your abs if you check out
I thought you were about to
the...
say,
What she almost
I
said.
thought you were about to say sculpting your ass.
That too. I mean, if you want to put star tattoos down your back, you might want to have a nice ass.
back abs?
Back abs? No, that's like a viscera type of thing, where you have like rolls on your
Viscera
back.
is back
You don't want
abs.
that.
I want to end the show now.
Okay. To avoid back abs, check out the Muscle and Fitness with the ab rocket himself on the cover. You can learn lots of good things from there. And maybe next time I'm on, I'll prepare a better lesson for you.
Jump. I bet Missy bought like 5 of those magazines.
Check us out, guys.
Don't tell Doc Remedy.
Don't tell Mike Seidel.
Man, Missy, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter, MissyV1.
There you go.
Tweet at me. Follow me.
I'm on Sorgatron, Sorgatron.com, SorgatronMedia.com, everything else. That's all we need to know. You can go to Twitter and everything from there. Guys, where are you at? WrestleFan.
At WrestleFan2000 and
he's in Texas.
The WrestleFanRunner.wordpress.com.
Excellent.
Even though I haven't posted in like 2 months.
DJLB, where are you at these days?
I am at DJLunchbox on Twitter, and you can also find me at ThoughtfulRiot.com, 8bitriot.com, and that thing that I said earlier in the show at Last FM.
And also, you we did rerun his interview with MC Frontalot over on the...
You're pointing at him now because he's over there.
Yes. Thank you for pointing.
You must recognize each other.
I thought it was funny.
We did rerun his MC Frontalot interview over on the Music Fun Time show. SorgatronMedia.com/musicfuntime if you want to check that out. And you can just search for it on the iTunes. We'll see you guys next week. We're out. Screw it. We're gone.
Peace
I'm
out.
gone.
Thank you for listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Please subscribe to our iTunes streams and blog at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Email us at goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com or call us with any comments at 412-206-WMS0. We love to hear from our fans, and who knows, maybe you'll make it onto the show.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show was recorded live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in front of a live internet audience, and is a production of Sorgatron Media.
You can be part of the show as we record live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on TalkShoe.com and Ustream.tv.
Sorry if we offended you.